Hi, this is Cameron Curry with Kim Barham, and we're the vice chairs of the 2021 Dublin Lawrence St. Patrick's Festival. We would like to thank the Dublin Lawrence community and all of our sponsors, patrons, vendors, and civic organizations for their continued support of the Dublin Lawrence St. Patrick's Festival through the years.
It's because of your financial support each year that allows us to celebrate our great city.
Erin go bragh!
Good morning, folks. I'm John Nichols. I'm General Manager at the newly built Bug House Pest Control office here in Centerville, Georgia on Houston Lake Road, where we've had a number of people, companies that have been involved in trying to get this building up and come in this office ready. And one of those is A+ Flooring and Construction. Kyle Gerard really had a major play in everything that happened with this building to get it to where it is today. Very, very pleased with his work and his professionalism and number one, talking and making sure things are done right, but also as far as examples and of flooring and colors and stuff like that, really made a major difference as far as getting the building built. Very thankful with how it went about and how Kyle was very helpful, answered all the questions that he could. And if he couldn't, then he got back with me and was very timely in making sure that happened. But I just want to give a shout out to A+ Flooring and Construction and tell Kyle, we appreciate you. You did a fantastic job. We're very thankful for our new building.
You want to acquire real-world skills instead of student loan debt? OFTC gives you an opportunity to succeed in a safe and caring learning community with flexible classes on campus and online. In just 2 years, you could be ready for a career in a lucrative field that you love. Whatever lies ahead, education and skills training from OFTC can give you the confidence to succeed.
Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Think differently about college. OFTC is an equal opportunity institution.
An extract from The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde.
This ghastly state of things is what you call bunburying, I suppose.
Yes, and a perfectly wonderful Bunbury it is. The most wonderful Bunbury I've ever had in my life.
Well, you've no right whatsoever to Bunbury here.
That is absurd. One has a right to Bunbury wherever one chooses. Every serious Bunburist knows that.
Serious Bunburist? Good heavens.
Well, one must be serious about something if one wants to have any amusement in life. I have to be serious about Bunbury. What on earth you are serious about, I haven't got the remotest idea. About everything I should fancy. You have such an absolutely trivial nature.
Well, the only small satisfaction I have in the whole of this wretched business is your friend Bunbury is quite exploded. You won't be able to run down the country quite so often as you used to, dear Alan. And a very good thing too.
Your brother is a little off colour, isn't he, dear Jack? You won't be able to disappear to London quite so frequently as your custom was. Not a bad thing either.
As for your conduct towards Miss Cardew, I must say, you're taking in a sweet, simple, innocent girl like that is quite inexcusable, to say nothing of the fact that she is my ward.
I can see no possible defence at all for your esteeming a brilliant, clever, thoroughly experienced young lady like Miss Fairfax, to say nothing of the fact that she is my cousin.
I wanted to be engaged to Gwendolen, that is all. I love her.
Well, I simply want to be engaged to Cecily. I adore her.
There is certainly no chance of you marrying Miss Cardew.
I don't think there's much likelihood, Jack, of you and Miss Fairfax being united.
Well, that is no business of yours.
If it was my business, I wouldn't talk about it. It is very vulgar to talk about one's business. Only people like stockbrokers do that, and merely at dinner parties.
How can you sit there, calmly eating muffins, when we are in this horrible trouble? I can't make out. You seem to be perfectly heartless.
Well, I can't eat muffins in an agitated manner. The butter would probably get on my cuffs. One should always eat muffins quite calmly. It is the only way to eat.
I say it's perfectly heartless you're eating muffins at all under the circumstances.
When I am in trouble, eating is the only thing that consoles me. Indeed, when I am in really great trouble, as anyone who knows me intimately will tell you, I refuse everything except food and drink. At the present moment, I am eating muffins because I am unhappy. Besides, I'm particularly fond of muffins.
Well, that is no reason why you should eat them all in that greedy way.
I wish you would have tea cake instead. I don't like tea cake.
Good heavens, I suppose a man may eat his own muffins in his own garden.
But you have just said it was perfectly heartless to eat muffins.
I said it was perfectly heartless of you under the circumstances. That is a very different thing.
That may be, but the muffins are the same.
Algie, I wish to goodness you'd go.
You can't possibly ask me to go without having some dinner. It's absurd. I never go without my dinner. No one ever does, except vegetarians and people like that. Besides, I've just made arrangements with Dr. Charleswell to be present at 5:45 under the name of Ernest.
My dear fellow, the sooner you give up the nonsense, the better. I made arrangements this morning with Dr. Choswell to be christened at 5:30, and I naturally will take the name Ernest. Gwendolyn would wish it. We can't both be christened Ernest. It's absurd. Besides, I've a perfect right to be christened if I like. There is no evidence at all that I ever have, and I don't think I have been. I should think it extremely probable I never was, and so does Dr. Choswell. It is entirely different in your case. You have been christened already.
Yes, but I've not been christened for years.
Yes, but you have been christened. That is the important thing.
Quite so. So I know my constitution can stand. If you are not quite sure about you have ever been christened, I must say, rather dangerous you're venturing on now. It might make it better.
Oh, that is nonsense. You're always talking nonsense.
Jack, you were at the buttons again. I wish you wouldn't. There are only 2 left.
But I hate tea cake.
Why on earth would you allow tea cake to be served up for your guests? What ideas do you have of hospitality?
Algernon, I've already told you to go. I don't want you here. Why don't you go?
I haven't quite finished my tea yet, and there's still 1 muffin left.
He's been in a show the last few nights and still full of voice, which is amazing. And he's just going to step a bit forward there and not be afraid of the crowd. We were all trying to prepare jokes to tell you as well, to kind of break the ice. So maybe in a few minutes we might hear a few of them. This one's called Spancel Hill.
As I lay dreaming of pleasant days gone by, my mind been bent on rambling to Ireland I would fly. I stepped on board a vision and I followed with a will, till next I came to anchor across the Spancel Hill. On the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, when Ireland's sons and daughters were all assembled there, the young, the old, the brave, the bold, their duty to fulfill. At the village churching through a mile from Hill, I went to see the maid, see what they would say. The young ones, they were dead and gone. The young ones turned grey. I met with Taylor Quigley, he's as bold as ever still. Girl, this made me versus, I lived in Spancel. I paid a flying visit to my first and only love. She's fair as Annie Lily and gentle as a dove. She threw her arms around me, say, Johnny, I love you still. She was made for farming daughter and for pride as Spancel. I dreamt I held and kissed her within the days of yore. She said, Johnny, you're only joking, as many's the time before.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. At Lakes Alignment, we would like to take this time to thank our community for your support over the last 66 years, and especially these last few months with the opening of our brand new truck center. When you drive into Lakes Alignment, you get master-trained technicians like Anthony Penny. Everybody calls him Bug, but it means so much to us. And on behalf of Neil Harden, Lisa, our staff, and the entire Lake family, we thank you for supporting us since 1954. Come see us today. We open every morning at 8 o'clock, and now our truck center is open on Saturday to serve your big trucks and equipment from 8 until 12. At Lakes Alignment, we thank you and this entire community, and will continue to serve you with the best trained staff and friendly, courteous service. Lakes Alignment, hometown people serving hometown people. Come see us today, 104 Johnson Street, East Dublin.
I will arise and go now, and go to a tree, and a small cabin builder of clay and what made. 9 million rows will I have there, and a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee mountain. And I shall have some peace there, for peace from drumming slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight hour gloom, and nil the purple glow, and an evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day, I hear lake water lapping with loud sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the paved grave, I hear in the deep heart's fall. I will be singing the party dance. Oh, the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to sit a while, there is a feminate in this town that surely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has my heart enthralled. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, they are sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I had,
extract from Juno and the Paycock by Sean O'Casey. Sit down and have a cup of tea, Joxie.
I'm afraid the missus will pop up on us again before we know where we are. Something's telling me to go at once.
Don't be superstitious, man. We're Dublin men, and not boyos that are after coming up from the Bog of Allen. Though, if she did come in, right enough, we'd be caught like rats in a trap.
You know the sort she is. She wouldn't listen to reason, and once bitten, twice shy.
If the worst came to worst, you could dart out here, Joxie. It's only a drop of a few feet to the roof of the return room. And the first minute she goes into the other room, I'll give you the bend, and you can slip in anyway.
I won't stop very long anyhow. Whose is the book?
One of Mary's. She's always reading lately. Nothing but trash too. There's one I was looking at the other day. 3 stories. Doll's House, Ghosts, and The Wild Duck. Book's only fit for chiselers.
Did you ever read Elizabeth, or The Exile of Siberia? It's a darling story. A darling story.
You eat your sausage, never mind the exile of Siberia.
What are you wearing your moleskin trousers for?
I have a job to go to, Joxie. Just after you'd gone, Devine came running in to tell us Father Farrell said if I went down to that job that's going on in Rathmines, I'd get a start.
Be the holy, that's good news.
How's it good news? I wonder if you were in my condition, would you call it good news?
But I thought...
You thought? You think too sudden sometimes, Joxie. Do you know I'm hardly able to walk with the pains in my legs?
Yeah. I forgot the pains in your legs. I know you can do nothing while they're at you.
You forgot. I don't think any of you realise the state I'm in with the pain in my legs. What would happen if I had to carry a bag of cement?
Yeah. Any man having the likes of them pains, I'd be down and out. Down and out.
I wouldn't mind if he had said it to myself, but oh no. He rushes in and shouts it in front of old Juno. And you know what Juno is, Joxie. We all know Devine knows a little more than the rest of us, but he doesn't act as if he did. He's a good boy, sober, able to talk and all that, but still.
Oh, aye. Able to argue for, but still.
If he's running after Mary herself, he's not going to be running after me. Captain Boyle's able to take care of himself. After all, I'm not getting brought up on viral. I never heard him using a curse. I don't believe he was ever drunk in his life. Sure, he's not like a Christian at all.
God be with the young days when you were stepping the deck of a manly ship, with the wind blowing and the hurricane through the masts. And the only sound you'd hear was, "Port your helm!" The only answer, "Port it is, sir."
Them was the days, Joxie. Them was the days. Nothing was too hot or too heavy for me then. Sailing from the Gulf of Mexico to the Antarctic Ocean, I seen things. I seen things, Joxie, that no mortal man should speak about, that knows his catechism. Often and often, when I was fixed to the wheel, with a marlin spike, and the winds blowing fierce, and the waves lashing and lashing, till you'd think every minute was going to be a last, and it blowed and blowed. Blew is the right word, Joxie, but blowed is what the sailors use.
Oh, it's a darling story, a darling story.
And as it blowed and blowed, I often looked up at the sky and asked myself the question, what is the stars? What is the stars?
That's the question. That's the question. What is the stars?
And then I'd have another look, and I'd ask myself, what is the moon?
By then
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
Jackson's Income Tax Service is ready to serve you. Jackson's Income Tax Service is open year-round, so don't delay. Come in today and get your taxes done and out of the way. Jackson's Income Tax Service has always stayed abreast of current and future tax laws. Email Jackson's Income Tax Service, call 272-8681, or visit us at 610 North Church Street in Dublin.
Jackson's Income Tax Service is following CDC guidelines, practicing social distancing. You may drop off, email, or mail in your information for professional tax return services.
So come to Jackson's Income Tax Service,
where experience makes the difference.
We were in the airport yesterday, and we got stuck. Our flight kept getting moved from gate to gate, and it was delayed. We were in Newark, and we'd already been there for 3 hours, and it was delayed more. So we decided at the first gate we took out our instruments. There was nobody there. I think we actually annoyed people when we were playing. And then we moved to another gate, and then we played, and then we moved again. And the gang started to get bigger and bigger, and eventually we had quite a following, and a lot of kids clapping along, and most of us had our instruments with us, but some of us had checked them onto the plane, so not everybody did. And somebody asked Pádraig down the end there, that's Pádraig, what he played, and he told them he played the eggs. I have a joke for you there. We have lots of jokes. We talk about Paddy Englishman, Paddy Irishman, and Paddy Scotsman. And normally we make Paddy Englishman the silly person, but I'll make Paddy Irishman for the sake of this. I don't really like being silly, but Paddy Englishman, Paddy Irishman, and Paddy Scotsman were walking through the desert. And as they came through the desert, they came across these 3 slides. And it said, there was a plaque, and it said, these are wishing slides. So as you slide down the slide, you say what you want, you make your wish, and when you come to the end of the slide, your wish will have come true. So Paddy Englishman thought for long and hard, and he thought, you know what, I want money, that's what I want. I want lots and lots of money, I'm going to ask for a pot of gold. So he climbed up on the top of the slide, and he went, I want a pot of gold! And he slid down, and sure enough, there was a pot of gold in front of him. Wow, Paddy Scotsman was amazed. So he climbed up, and he decided he wanted a beautiful wife. So he stood there and he said, I want a beautiful wife. And he slid down. There it was. Beautiful wife. Gorgeous woman. So Paddy Irishman, delighted with himself, climbs to the top of the slide, sits down and goes, whee! I won't tell you what happened. Don't play your tune then.
I'm going to do one, and then Scott's going to follow with the second. The first one is by a poet called Evan Boland, who kind of came to prominence in the 1970s as a kind of, she was, at the time she was sort of suburban housewife, and she used to write about the experiences of living in the suburbs on an estate and having a young family, etc. So this is one of her poems called A Ballad of Home. How we kiss in our half-built house. It was slightly timbered, a bit bricked on stilts, and we were newly married. We drove out at dusk and picked our way to safety through flint and grit and brick. Like water through a porthole, the sky poured in. We sat on one step, making estimations, and hugged until the watchman called and cursed and swung his waterproof torch into our calculations. 10 years on, you wouldn't find now an inch of spare ground, children in their cots, books, a cat, plants strain the wall's patience, and the last ounce of space. And still, every night, it all seems so sound. But love, why wouldn't it? But this house was built on our embrace, and there are worse foundations.
Bicycles go by in twos and threes. There's a dance in Billy Brennan's barn tonight. And there's the half-talk code of mysteries and the wink and elbow language of delight. 8:30, and there's not a spot upon a mile of road. No shadow thrown that might turn out a man or woman. Not a footfall topping secrecies of stone. I hate what every poet hates. In spite of all the solemn talk of contemplation, oh, Alexander Selkirk knew the plight of being king and government and nation. A road, a mile of kingdom. I am king of banks and stones on every blooming thing.
So we're going to play Inishir up next.
Community Bank of Dublin Lawrence County is here to help with all of your financial needs. Our team knows what it takes to make life easy and convenient and will help you get set up with our mobile and online banking. We founded Community Bank on common sense banking and a dedication to help people just like you. Our loan officer Gail Rainey and branch manager Amy Thompson know what it takes to make life easy and convenient and can help you with loans with almost everything, from your automobile, home, land, or any financial goals you have. Come visit us today. Community Bank of Dublin Lawrence County, where common sense banking never goes out of style.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Oh, it's fine, polka. Oh, you're gonna love this one. It's great. Okay. So this is a polka, and this is a great one to clap along to. In fact, you have a part to play actually. So we're gonna play this tune through, and some of the lads will lead you through how you clap along. And it's actually a great piece for introducing all the instruments in the band, because as we go through it, each group of instruments will get a little solo. And you'll hear them as you go along, but that's only to get your clapping right. So I just want to make sure that you can actually clap right. So could you clap this back? It's okay, is it okay? Try it again. Responsive, very responsive. How about this? Okay, they're excellent. They're close. What about this? It'll do. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to lead off. This one's called Ryan's Polka. Yep. very serious is going to happen. The boys know that from school. If Miss Lira stands, something bad is about to happen. Be warned, I'm coming towards you. Do you remember when I said that I thought maybe we'd see some of you dance? I'm going to offer up some of my finest men. Look, there's hands in the air already. Oh, fantastic. So first of all, let me auction off Brian Doolan to you. Come on up here, Brian Doolan. Brian Doolan to be president of Bayern for the next 10 years. Brian's going to go and pick a partner. Next we have Glenn Atkins, Tim to be the vice president of Ireland in the next 10 years. Okay, Glenn, one of my best Irish students, he's going to go. He's also going to pick a partner. There's a very, very, very eager gentleman there.
Some very eager, enthusiastic volunteers up the back. Don't
oh, yeah, there's like a few things down here, so. Then we've got Shane. Stand up, Shane. Okay, if you think you can reach Shane's height, yeah, he's coming down. Shane will probably be the secretary. He'll be the secretary. What he's good for. Okay, now we've got Michael. Michael, if you come. Got another one. We've got Michael. Michael, he'll serenade you. He'll serenade you. You love it. You love it.
No washing our crowd surface, please. We're falling on the queue.
Okay, Sean, great. Are you coming up as well? Let's go. Get the board up. Okay, Sean. Up you come. Okay, Sean. Find a nice lady. I see hands in the air there. We need one more downstairs. John, up you come. John, up you come. You're going to have to dance. John, the ballad singer. He's also a rock star. Oh, look, I see hands of people waving out to there. Buddy, who are you going to go for? He's mine, by the way. You can't have it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to teach them just a little bit of something that would be what we call a Kaylee dance. And it's very short. We dance in groups. And see the impact you have on women. He doesn't used to. And she did. So I'm just going to teach you. There's only 4 steps to it, and it's very simple. So first of all, we have 2 facing 2. So we have the girl on the right-hand side and the boy standing beside her. Yeah. You on that right-hand side? That's it. That's exactly right. Okay. Can you go back to this pairing here? Go back to back. Okay. Okay. Now back to back down here. And back to back down here. That's perfect. And now you have to hold your partner's hand. I love this. When we do it in school, the boys don't really enjoy it. It's all boys school. You probably do it. Okay. Do you hold your partner's hand? Hold your partner's hand. That's your partner. You handpicked her. You said it. Oh, you make it out. So the first thing we're going to do is we step into the people we're facing. So we step 1, 2, 3. Like that. So 1, 2, 3. And then out 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And out 2, 3. Right? Now you got to do it with a bit more step and a bit more thing. So it's like 1, 2, 3. There's no joke in that at all. It's actually how we go through the process. Okay, let's try it together. She's not joking. She's not joking. Right, let's try it together. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Out 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Out 2, 3. Now, the next thing we do, we usually do this in Irish, and we call it Colony Trasna Shrubla Shrub, which means girls cross each other nose to nose. So basically what's happening is you're fighting each other for the men, right? So you're gonna swap places with her, right? But you do it like this. So you pass each other, go for it. So you pass, and then the boys clap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now the boys go back to back because they're delighted with themselves, right? So they go back to back. So we go bookily trasna tone le tone, and the girls clap. So go back to your original places and we'll try that a little bit. We're nearly done. That's the hard part though. Okay. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Out 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Out 2, 3. And the girls swap. if you're on the right, you're moving towards the right. If you're on the left, you're moving towards the left. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then our last move is what we call a lusku in Irish. It's called a swing. So you have to grab your partner, you take their hand like this, and then you grab their elbow like this. And you swing them around. Now at a boys' school, that's a really dangerous thing to do. Really, really, I broke my ankle in school. And yeah, it was dangerous, okay, right? So anyway, don't let the boys swing me. Sorry, good luck. Good luck. And you swing around like you're meant to go much faster, but these heels don't. Okay, right? And then that's it. And then what happens is you do it with your own partner, yeah? And then you end up facing a new set of partners. So these guys are going to end up facing you guys, and you guys, you'll end up facing them. And you guys will have nobody, but the next time around you will have somebody new. And that's how it works. You could run to the end, something like that. Okay? So do your swing around. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then face you partners 7 and 8, and the girl should be on the right hand side. And you guys run to the top. Okay, so we'll talk it through one more time, and then we're going to play some music, and then they're going to get a big cheer because these girls are delighted with themselves. The boys are in an all-boys school, like, dang, this is the best trip they've ever been on. Okay, so hands, let's go. You ready? John, I allow you to hold her hand. Great. Okay. Right. I am not jealous. Right. Okay. Here we go. You put your right foot out and 3, 4. In 2, 3. And out 2, 3. In 2, 3. Out 2, 3. Girls swap places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And boys swap places. And out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Partner, your own partner. John, you're terrible at this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Ireland, okay? That's a great job or anything. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you.
It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Hello?
That's how some people do things.
Right away.
To us, everything we do is personal. Because anyone can answer the call. It's who shows up that matters most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
Ask Curry Maffett Insurance in Dublin if auto owners make sense for you.
Hey, I'm Glenn Register with Hometown Supply, and with the new year comes a new commitment for all of us here at Hometown Supply. We are committed to providing you with quality products and service on our full line of new and used appliances. We also offer service on most any brand of appliance on the market today. So if you need repairs on appliance, just give us a call here at Hometown Supply. And remember, if you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
Put your hands together. And everyone would clap. She'd say, no, don't clap, just put your hands together. Grown. And here are we. I actually know. Okay. This is a song called The Waxies Dargle, which I need to explain. The Dargle was, still is, a river just kind of outside of Dublin. And in the late 1800s, I suppose, the wealthy people of Dublin would go off down to the Dargle for, say, on a bank holiday or whatever, they'd have a picnic and stuff like that. And it became known as going for a Dargle. And Waxies were basically working class people who worked in things like leather and linen and stuff like that. So it's basically about this, they're trying to get money together to go off for a little jaunt on a bank holiday. So that's what the title comes from. I had to look this up. Okay, but anyway, it's called The Waxies Dargle. Misty Lear's going to have this. Okay, so if it's in tune, you know it's Misty Lear singing. Says my own to your own, when you come to the Waxies Dargle. Says your own to my own, sure I haven't got a farthing. I went down to Monto town and I asked Joe Kilmacarroll, but he wouldn't let me a half a crown to go to the Waxies Dargle. You have a pint, I'll have a pint with you, sir. Ask the money lender, but he wouldn't give me a couple of bob on the old red suspenders. What will you have? Well, I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you $1,000 soon will be thrown out of the moon. There's money I will say you're out. But if we go down to Monto town, everyone get a drink for nothing. Here's a nice piece of advice I got from an old fishmonger. When food is scarce and you see the hearse, then you know you're dying of hunger. What will you have? Well, I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you $1,000 will be thrown out of the moon. Waxies Dargle, then you're a one for my own. Sure I
man brought his fish to the vet in a bowl of water, and he said to the vet very sadly, "Vet, I think my fish has epilepsy." So after a few minutes of the vet examining the fish, he goes, "I can't see any signs of epilepsy." The Irishman replied, "Sure, you haven't even